Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the A-Files podcast. Thank you so much for coming back. All right, jumping right into it today. Because every day is something new, and there's something that's always getting swept under the rug. And this one in particular adds to our coverage of the Epstein files and the Epstein sex trafficking ring. Once again, Prince Andrew's relationship with Epstein is back in front page news. And this one right here is extremely disturbing. And so let's just get right into it. So Prince Andrew, who I can't believe still has his title, by the way. It's loony to me that he still has his title. But anyways, Prince Andrew was allegedly corresponding with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein months after, claiming he had severed all ties. Yep, you heard that correct. He just got caught, allegedly, whatever, but he just got caught. The Mail on Sunday, they were able to obtain an email that was apparently submitted to the London courts, which honestly, when I read it to you guys, you're going to be so sick to your stomach, because the fact that this man is walking around free, and I was talking about Prince Andrew, is walking around free, the privilege of it all is disturbing. And I can't wait to see what King Charles has to say and Prince William. It reminds me of the other day when I covered Prince William about his new radical change that he wants to make. And if he was smart, he would have done it already. And I have a strong feeling it's about Prince Andrew. And a part of me is like, did he know this was going to drop? Is that why he did that interview? I don't know. You see how conspiracies can just go crazy. But let's just get back into the facts. So the email was dated February 28th, 2011. And that's incredibly important for you to remember, because it was sent a day after that now famous photo of Prince Andrew with his arm around Virginia Giuffre, who was 17 at the time. And, you know, she has now committed suicide. She took her life, and it was because of this case, right? Okay, so what did the email say? So the email that Prince Andrew wrote to Jeffrey Epstein says, "I'm just as concerned for you. Don't worry about me. It would seem we are in this together, and we will have to rise above it. Otherwise, keep in close touch, and we'll play some more soon." We'll play some more soon. What does that even mean? Because it doesn't look good with all of the allegations that's attached to this case, right? Who are you playing with? What is there to play with? So this language is very, very concerning. And so the email was sent from Andrew's official royal account, because he signs it off as HRH, the Duke of York, KG. And so for those who don't know, HRH stands for His Royal Highness. The Duke of York is his title. And KG was like, oh gosh, it's like a knighthood. It's like the knighthood of the Greater or something like that. I can't remember. Garter. I don't know. It's like a knighthood. And I probably sound really stupid, especially as a Brit, that I didn't know this, but I haven't lived in the UK since I was 8. So, all right. So that email's very disturbing. And I need you to really pay attention to the next part, because this is where it just gets even crazier, where I truly believe that Prince Andrew is a pathological liar. Okay? Do you remember that disastrous BBC interview that he did back in 2019? If you don't, I highly recommend you go to YouTube right now and look it up, because it was a mess. And I think that was the turning point for a lot of people in the UK to be like, uh-oh, Prince Andrew is definitely in the files, or he had some sort of weird connection with Jeffrey Epstein. But during that BBC interview, Prince Andrew, I'm just going to call him Andrew, forget the prince. Andrew had previously claimed that he cut off all contact with Epstein in December 2010. Because, do you guys remember, and I'll put it up on YouTube so you can see the photo, that Jeffrey Epstein and Andrew got caught walking together in Central Park? There's that famous photo. And that was back in December 2010. And so Andrew insists that's when he broke off his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you see what I'm saying? So he flew all the way to New York to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein and he was staying at his house. He flew all the way to New York to break off ties with Jeffrey Epstein, allegedly. But then that doesn't make sense, right? Because as we just read in February 28th, 2011, he said, "I'm concerned for you and we'll play again soon." That doesn't sound like breaking off a relationship to me. I mean, have you all had toxic relationships? Now, I'm not talking about Jeffrey Epstein and Andrew toxic relationship, but you've probably had a toxic friendship. Now, why would you want to keep that toxic friend in your circle? And I don't know about you, but I don't have a toxic friend like Epstein. But if I did, ain't no way I'm hanging out with you. I don't want to be around you. But that's not what Andrew did. Oh no, he kept that relationship allegedly alive. I also want you to know that regardless of the dates, regardless of when he cut off ties, Epstein was a convicted pedophile in 2008. Do you remember he pled guilty in 2008 for soliciting minors? Yeah. So the fact that he's trying to justify, oh, no, I cut ties with him in 2010, but he was convicted in 2008. But Jeffrey Epstein was convicted in 2008. I think the royal family need to step in here. King Charles, Prince William, I don't know. Because the fact that he used his official royal account gives you absolute grounds. Do you know what I'm saying? It gives you absolute grounds because he's used your name to correspond with a convicted pedophile. Andrew is an absolute disgrace to the British people. He's an absolute disgrace and he needs to be put on trial. Everyone that is involved with the Epstein case, I don't care how powerful, quote unquote, you are, because we're starting to realize a lot of these so-called powerful people are a bunch of dumbasses. So I have, powerful is a very strong word to give these people way too much credit. They're stupid. They're stupid. And so to tie it all back to the United States of America, because that's what we got to do on this podcast, the government is still shut down and will continue to stay shut down because of the Epstein files, and y'all know it. It's bad. This is how bad it is. These people are messing with everybody's livelihood. And when I say these people, I say elective officials. And guaranteed, I bet none of their names are on the list, but they're protecting the people that are, which is complicit to me. You were complicit. I don't understand why this is such an issue. It's just so insane to me that we're all sitting here right now being like, how come the people that we elected into office are not releasing the files? The longer that people are not held accountable for the Epstein disaster, the more conspiracy theorists come out, the more we have distrust. So you as elected officials, I don't give a damn who you are, Republican, Independent, Democrat, whoever, not even a voter. If you know something, if you've seen the list and you know all the graphic details, tell us. Release the files. There's nothing else I can say. There's nothing else you can say. Release the files. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? We don't care who the person is. We don't care about their background, but we do care about the justice for the victims and survivors and everybody else whose name isn't out there that has been violated at the hands of Epstein and his group of thugs. Thank you for listening, and I'm not going to stop talking about Epstein. Y'all know this already. Bye.